Actually, we are 28 people. In 98, so that means 120 years old, and is the Swiss National Museum. It has a lot of exhibitions, so if you want to know how the people dressed up in the 1600s, 1700s, we are very much in time all the time. Sometimes you have 3-4 hours delay, or you not reach the destination you wanted to. But here everything is working smoothly, and this is one of the qualities we have in Switzerland. We are a quality country.
Wow.
You will see on the left hand side a big statue. This man was very important for the railway system. He founded as well one of the biggest bank which went bankrupt, Credit Suisse and Swiss Life. I'm sure you saw the signs in Asia as well. These like Breguet, Rolex, Cartier, they all have a shop there. Don't forget to bring your passport, because you can refund the tax, which is quite low in Switzerland. We only have a sales tax of 8.1%. Compared to other countries where it is 20 or more, it's still reasonable. So on the right hand side you see 4 lions on the bridge. The lion symbol is the symbol of the city of Zurich.
The river is so clean.
The train station was built 1847, so that means around 170 years.
Wow.
And then we had we built an underground train station underneath,
It's in the
and
city,
the river
but it's
flows
so
between
clean.
the two stations. Side, as you can see, these are the half-timbered houses on the right-hand side. This was a building style which we used almost for 200 years. The smoke went all the way up to the jet stream and arrived in Switzerland or in Europe. That's why it looks so hazy the last couple of days. And you maybe mentioned or realized as well, because you couldn't sleep well, we had a full moon last night.
Yeah.
And it was a special full moon. We call it all over the world the strawberry full moon.
Good morning.
In Switzerland we call it strawberry full moon because it's the strawberry season here. And Swiss strawberries are really delicious.
Wow.
You will see a nice view over the Lake of Zurich.
Going uphill.
Side of the lake we call it Gold Coast, because all the rich people live on the other side. To buy a house, there are 4 rooms, or let's say an apartment, 4 rooms, 120 square meters. You look into 3 million Swiss francs. That's around $3 million or 3.5 million. of few people, but to make them known, okay, this is the restaurant Rössli, or the horse restaurant. You will see it here now on the right hand side. They just built a sign. So the people just say, okay, we go to the Rössli restaurant, and then the people knew where to go. And you will see a lot of these signs in historic areas, like in the old town of Lucerne. It was either a sign for, let's say, the restaurant, like here, or we had a lot of guilds. Guilds is like the guilds who were under, for example, carpenters had their own guilds, cooks had their own guilds, the building people had their own guilds, and they had signs as well. Followed by the United States and China. About 22%, as I said, is unproductive. Hardest passports to get in the world. And we try to keep our houses and gardens neat, so it's a very popular place for people to buy plants, which they plant in the spring. So we are already in the suburbs of Lucerne. Lucerne will come up very soon. So I have to tell you a little bit about the program we have there. As I said, Lucerne is just a short stop we do. The short stop will be around an hour. The exact time I will tell you when we arrive. And the bus parking space is a little bit away from the chapel bridge, so we have to walk together for about 10 minutes to the major tourist attraction. This is this chapel bridge, which was burned down in 1989 by an accident. They say somebody smoked and lit up that beautiful wooden bridge, which was in the old days fortification to stop the ships coming into Lucerne. Lucerne was founded 1,200 years ago by monks. Monks were very important in this area because it was remote. And this area belongs now to Belgium, because the Swiss government gave that as a gift to the Belgian country. Astrid was very popular, very beautiful, and you all know the story of Princess Diana from 1835, and her husband were driving. Now 4 of them are around these lakes and the mountains, and it's a beautiful lake. I can only recommend always before a car. So don't be surprised if a car just stops for you, because this is the law. Sandwich shops, you can buy some stuff there. You can do a nice picnic at the lake if you want to eat something, or later on you have the chance as well to eat on Mount Titlis. As I said, in the bus you should not and might not eat, but you can buy some stuff. Mount Titlis, if you don't want to go in the restaurant, but it's not bring your own food and mix it together. This is not the way. If you're in a restaurant, you have to buy the food there and eat the food there. On the left hand side, tada, this is beautiful Lucerne, which we enter right now. So as I said, we have around 1 hour time. Very important, there will be a lot of buses. We are in bus number 2. Let me see the time. Now is 11. We have quite a good driver, so we are early. So if your watch is 11:10, please put it back to 11:02. We will arrive in about very nice to see because it has histories from the old time until in the new time, like aerospace you have as well. And this is a little advantage we have
Clean water.
against the cars. We can drive here on the bus line. So you see, if we would have stand in line, if you come with your private car or a rental, you should have stayed 20 more minutes in this terrible long line. So please, and write that down. And around 1900 they built a lot of hotels in the Belle Epoque style. So here on the left hand side, a very old 5-star hotel, which is now an Asian hotel called Mandarin Oriental. Gambling was a long time forbidden in Switzerland, but now since about 15 years it's possible. So if you want to try your luck, on the left hand side we have a Grand Casino. Just have to bring your passport and be over 18 years old. The famous watch sellers we have on the right hand side after the traffic light.
Rolex,
It's called Gübeler and Bucherer. They have international sales stuff. So if you want to buy a watch, it's a good place to do so, but you need a little bit time, and as I said, ask for the tax return form, that at least you can save 8% of the original price. We do not,
oh my god.
we do
That
not
looks scary.
bargain in Switzerland, but Asian people they do. So just ask if you get some sale. I mean, the only thing they can say is no. On the right hand side now, the biggest attraction of Lucerne, this is the Chapel Bridge.
Oh, Chapel
I will
Bridge.
bring you very close to that bridge. As I said, you pass to the bridge, you cross the bridge. On the right hand side is the old town, which is very nice to walk through. Then come back to the river. If you want to eat at the restaurant, there are several restaurants at the river next to the Chapel Bridge, which are quite okay. Underneath here, this is in the front, is the train station. In the first floor down, there are tables. If you look, this arcade over the hill here.
water bottle. And that spring. Swiss German.
25%
70% Swiss German.
4% speak Italian, and 1% they have a mountain Latin language which is called Romansh. It's a Latin language which is almost this language is only spoken in the mountains in certain areas close to Italy, and that's it. But the part we are now in, it's all German, Swiss German. To explain to you, Swiss German is hello or good day. It means in German, in High German, Guten Tag. This is High German. And if I speak it in Swiss, it's just the name is Grüezi. Grüezi and Guten Tag sounds totally different. So we have a little advantage over the German people and the Austrians because we understand them, but they have no clue what we are talking about. The people who have a look in the front, you see a beautiful mountain with a little bit snowflakes, like 3 spots with still snow. This is the home mountain of Lucerne. It's called Pilatus. The Best of Switzerland offers tours up there too. In my opinion, Mount Titlis is the better choice because you still have snow. And you can touch it, and you even can slide on the snow on a little air-filled sled if you're brave enough. Mount Titlis, the home mountain of Lucerne. It's called as well the Dragon Mountain because in the old medieval times the people thought dragons were living up there because a lot of time the Mount Titlis is covered in cloud. But it's a nice mountain too to go, but as I said, if you see Mount Titlis, you do not need to go to Mount Pilatus anymore because you have you are on a higher level and you had definitely snow in almost summertime. Yeah.
Vanna's beer.
Continue straight, we would end up in Italy.
Oh? Wow.
But you have to pass the Alps first, and that's why we have a car tunnel through the Gotthard Massif, which is 17 kilometers long. So imagine driving in a tunnel 17 kilometers, very boring and tiring.
Yeah.
So the area we are in right now is the center of Switzerland, actually the old area where Switzerland was, they say, founded in 1291. But the real Switzerland as we know it now was actually founded 500 years later in 1848. The cantons here, I have to tell you a little bit about what happened in medieval time, because we're in a tunnel, so there's anyway nothing to see. Medieval time,
yeah, take advantage.
actually before, there was the Roman Empire, which the Romans occupied Europe, Switzerland and Germany as well. So in this area, after the Romans left, the empire was destroyed. It became Catholicism was very strong in Europe at that time, and this area belonged to the Roman Empire German nation.
Wow.
So at that time there was already a pope in Rome, in the Vatican, and he was actually one of the strongest people who ruled all Europe.
Another tunnel.
I will tell you later why that is. In the fire for many years before you have a chance to go up to heaven. And the church sold little papers to the normal people or to the king. Church made the local people or the people in Europe very scared. And the kings, to make the church happy, gave them a lot of land, which belonged to the monasteries, and they became very rich. And some of the people who worked in the monastery were actually dukes. So it was not like you have to be very religious that you become the head of a monastery. At the old times, the money was and the power was as well very important. So, what do you think was the
This is like a
most
3D in your
important
face.
invention
It's so
in
high.
the medieval
The
time?
Alps is so high.
It was not the wheel, because that was invented before. It was the book pressing. You know why? Because in the old days, the only people who could read and write were the priests. So if you knew the Bible, and the people didn't know the Bible, so they had to listen what the priests and the monks told them. And then when the book press in 1467 was invented by a German inventor, his name was Gutenberg, suddenly flyers could be printed, and the message spread out not only in the churches, so you could inform all the people. So that was the early time. Started to write against the Catholic Church in Rome, and said, yeah, for example, you not have to pay for your sins with money, you just have to pray and be a good citizen. And then after 1520, the most fight were religious fight between the Reformers and the Catholics. But here in this area we had a monastery in Engelberg, which was founded by the Benedictine Church.
Wow, this house
The
is in there.
Benedictine order originally came from Italy, and it was founded around 480 to pray, and started to work and to teach. And in Engelberg is a very, very important church from the Benedictine order, which you will see later on from far. So the churches, the churches lost more or less their power, because the book printing, you could spread your information differently, not always through the church. And the church lost a lot of power to threaten the people that they will end up in hell. So that's why the reformatic movement was very important in Europe, and still we have almost 50% of Reforming Church and still 50% Catholic Church. And it's inside a very traditional Swiss dish. It's called Zurich Schnatzlets. It's veal with a mushroom sauce and hash browns, and is very famous in the region of Zurich. The name in German is Stand. So Stand means stand. So in the first stop at Trübsee, please remain seated in the gondola, because it stops, the door will go open, but you should not go out there. Then there is a suspension bridge there, which you can walk over.
My goodness, that's
If
scary.
you have vertigo issues, you
That's
might
scary
skip
right there.
this one, because sometimes it can be scary if you're not used to height. But it's a suspension bridge. You can walk back and forth, and it's nice to do that, and it's all included in your ticket. Then there is a cable car. It's called the Ice Flyer. You see that on the map on the back side on the left. This is like
so sharp.
in the winter the skier use that to drive up the
Oh,
mountain or
wow.
down the mountain.
Wow.
So this Ice Flyer you can catch as well. This is included in your ticket. You drive down maybe 300 meters. There you get off, and then you can walk in the snow too. And there are some snow tubes which you can freely take, but usually they are at the end of the sledding area, and then you can pick one up and then sled down. Just be careful that you not bump into somebody else, otherwise there could be some injuries. But it's quite safe because you almost lay down on the snow. So it's an air-filled vehicle. So you can do that. You can make many nice pictures there because the surrounding is just breathtaking. If you had enough snow, you take the Ice Flyer back upwards, and then you walk back to the main building on the 5th floor. And then you can make your way down to Panorama Terrace. There is to the Panorama Terrace, then there is a photo store. Next to the restaurant there is an ice shop, a souvenir shop. You can buy watches there as
Look
well,
at that,
so it's a
so
good
deep.
souvenir. I bought my watch 9,000 feet above sea level,
Wow.
a real Swiss watch. And on level 1 you take the rotor back down to the bottom. You can decide by yourself when you want to go down, and you can actually get out in Trübsee. That's the middle station where when we go up, you not get out there, but on the way down, you theoretically could go out there and walk a little bit. There is a lake where the people are now fishing a little bit. Last gondola you need to take is 410. Then you make it easily to the ground around 4:50, and that's the time when we meet at the bus. Departure time will be so, but please be a little bit early. Last gondola you need to take is 4:10. Then you make it easily to the ground around 4:50, and that's the time when we meet at the bus. Departure time will be
Ha